धन्यवाद सर. Most respected Sri S. Vallavan sir, Principal KV Thiruvarur, Sri S.S. X. Jadi sir, SOC Scout Wing, other distinguished officials of Scout, respected parents, esteemed scouts, Scots, learned teachers of our Vidyalaya, different scouts and students. Good morning to all. सभी को शुभ प्रभात. First of all, many congratulations and best wishes to all the participants of today's programs who presented such a grand show here. सबसे पहले आज के सारे प्रतिभागियों को मैं बहुत बधाई और शुभकामनाएं देता हूं कि उन्होंने इतना शानदार प्रदर्शन किया. Now coming to today's occasion, today we all are gathered here to celebrate our 76th Republic Day. And every year on this day, on 26 January, we celebrate our Republic Day because, as we all know that on 26 January 1950, the Constitution of our country was enacted, implemented. And we became a republic country. Now there are two things. One is Constitution. Students, you should know that Constitution is a rule book which is to be followed by our policy makers. It is a compilation of all the rules and regulations which are to be followed by the government or those who have been given responsibility to implement policies, programs and schemes. And after the implementation of Constitution, we became a welfare nation also. Second thing is Republic. After the implementation of Constitution, we became a republic country, a country where public elects the policy makers. Means the public of our country, they only choose that who are going to make the policies for them. Now I would like to throw some light on the history of this Republic Day. For that, I would like to take you back during the time period of 16th and 17th century. During this time period in European countries, the process of industrial revolution was going on. Industrialization was being done in different countries of Europe. For that, two things were required for them. First, raw material to produce different goods and market to sell them. For that, they started moving all over the world in search of a good destination of raw material and rich markets. When they reached our country, they found that India was very rich at that time. So they could realize that India would be a very good market for their products, as well as India was very rich in terms of raw material also. That is why they decided to exploit Indian economy. That time India was world famous for its handicraft industries. So firstly, for these two purposes, to use Indian raw material as well as to sell their products in Indian market, firstly, they had to destroy our Indian handicraft industries. For that, it was required for them to rule over our country. That is why they fought to establish their ruling in our country. And the leader of British Army East India Company was Robert Clive. And that battle was fought in year 1757, and that was known as the Battle of Plassey, and that was won by the British army, and after that their rule was completely established and they started destroying Indian handicraft industries after gaining the power in India. For that they started establishing, implementing different kind of policies, like discriminatory tariff policy was one of them. During the initial phase of British ruling, the people of our country, common men, could not realize this. But there were many philosophers, educationists, economists who could sense this thing, that exploitation was being done by Britishers. They started mobilizing people of our country. And after a few years, they were able to make the people of our country understand that what was going on, and here the freedom struggle started. People of our country started fighting against British rule. And this freedom struggle lasted around near about 190 years. And because of the sacrifices and long struggle done by our forefathers, our great forefathers, we achieved our target on 15th August 1947. We became the independent country. Now, after the independence, it was the responsibility of the people of our country to run the country. For that, some rules and regulations were required, and the rules and regulations which were available to us, those were favorable for the British government. Those were made by British government only for exploitation, so those were not applicable for the welfare of our country. That is why our policy makers decided to make our own rules and regulations. Before 1947, our country was being governed with the help of Government of India Act 1935. So now our policy makers decided to make our own rules and regulations. For that, Constituent Assembly was formed, and the members of this assembly were given responsibility to make our own constitution. For that, they decided to study the constitution of different countries of the world, and they started selecting those parts of those constitutions, those rules of those constitutions of foreign countries, which were feasible for our country, which were applicable in our country for growth, development and welfare. Different committees were formed with the help of the members of Constituent Assembly, and one of the committees was Drafting Committee, whose head was Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. This committee was given responsibility to make the structure of our constitution, that in which part, which rules will be kept. And after all these efforts, and because of this only, because Drafting Committee's role was the most important, that is why Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar is considered as the father of Indian Constitution. Now, after doing all these hard work, our policy makers, the members of our Constituent Assembly, could complete the process of making constitution, and it took time period of near about 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. And on 26th November 1949, our Constituent Assembly accepted our constitution. That is why every year we celebrate Constitution Day on 26th November. Recently we celebrated here also. So if constitution was accepted by our Constituent Assembly, means the process of making constitution that was completed on 26 November 1949. Why was it implemented on 26 January 1950? Why we waited for a few months to implement the constitution? There is an interesting history behind this. Before independence, on 26 January 1930, our freedom fighters declared Purna Swaraj. 26 January 1930 को पूर्ण स्वराज मीन्स कंप्लीट इंडिपेंडेंस डिक्लेयर किया था हमारे फ्रीडम फाइटर्स ने. दैट इज व्हाई आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस, व्हेन आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन वाज compiled, our policy makers were in view that we should implement our constitution on 26th January to honor this day. And that is why it was implemented on 26th January 1950. Now, after the implementation of constitution, the main goal of our policy makers was to increase the level of welfare, because we are the welfare state. And as we know that the three basic principles on which our constitution depend on: equity, social justice and liberty. If these three things are available, automatically there will be welfare. So after independence, after the implementation of constitution, our policy makers have been making and implementing many policies, programs and schemes as per constitution, as per these three principles. And this is the key of our success, that so many milestones we have achieved because of all these efforts of our policy makers. Because policy makers are obeying our constitution. Our policy makers are making policies only as per constitution. And because of this only we could achieve all these things. Like recently we became 5th largest economy in the world, which is one of the greatest achievements of post-independent era of our country. So now all these things we have achieved, and students, you are the future generation. Now in future it will be your responsibility to carry forward this legacy, to bring our country at new heights. For that, because in future now you will become the policy makers, so you have to follow the same things which have been followed or which are being followed by our current policy makers, that you have to respect our constitution. And you will be implementing policies, programs and schemes when you will be in the capacity of policy making only with the help of constitution, according to constitution. So now you are under the role of, now you are during this time period, you are under the phase of becoming policy makers. Like you are getting education, we are providing education to you, you are getting knowledge, and we are trying to provide you all the facilities which will help you for your all-round development. And because of this, in future you will become the policy makers. So you have to remember this thing, that in future when you will become or you will play the role of policy makers, you will have to follow the constitution. Now what you have to do now, like you are related to two institutions. First is your family, second is this school. And both these two institutions are having some rules. You have to follow all these rules. If you are following all these rules which are in your family and the rules which have been framed here in the schools, it means you will be in discipline. And if you are in discipline, you are following all the rules, two things will happen. Firstly, in future definitely you will become policy maker. And second, if you are following these rules and regulations, valuing rules and regulation will become your nature. So whenever in future you will become policy maker, this will be your natural character, that you will be following all the rules and regulations, and definitely you will be following the constitution. So what I would like to tell, that all the students should take a promise today, take an oath today, that from today onwards, whatever rules and regulations are there in school, in society, at your home, you will follow all the rules and regulations. This will be the true tribute to our constitution and to our constitution makers, as well as our freedom fighters. With these words, I would like to end my speech. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.